All right, good morning, Quad Cities. It is Tuesday, December 9th, and it is 9 o'clock. Just getting up our live feed on our Facebook page. And don't forget, we're also streaming right now on the WQAD 8 Plus app. We have got a lot to talk about here this morning. Well, welcome on in. I'm meteorologist Andrew Stutzky. We have several weather impact alerts in place for the remainder of this week. We are tracking everything from freezing rain this evening to snow, squalls, some really strong winds, some more snow, some additional snow heading into the weekend, and then some really bitterly cold temperatures that are coming in for the weekend itself. So because we had so much going on with so many weather impact alerts, thought it would be prudent to go ahead and do a quick live stream. So we're going to spend the next 15, 20 minutes or so breaking down each one of these weather impact alerts that are in place, why they're in place, what impacts we are expecting, and everything else in between. So welcome into our chat here. If it's your first time, we're glad to have you along. If you're a repeat customer and viewer, welcome back in. Hope you're having a good Tuesday so far. If you have a question regarding these next few storm systems that I'm going to start tracking for you, you can text that question to the number that we'll put at the bottom of your screen. It is right there, 309-304-0888. If you're watching us from our Facebook live stream, you can just simply put the question in the chat here right at the bottom. So let's get right to it. Let's start with our first weather impact alert that is in play for this evening. It is not for everyone, though. It is mainly for areas that are along and north of, say, Highway 30 up to about Highway 20. So areas north of the Quad Cities where we are concerned about the potential for a light glaze of ice as some rain showers move in for this evening. So that's what the weather impact alert this evening is for. That brief period of freezing rain, that will certainly cause some delays and some issues if you're going to be traveling during the evening commute. The rest of us, if you're south of that region, including right here in the Quad Cities Metro, Muscatine, Sterling Rock Falls, through Princeton, into Galesburg, and also down to Burlington, this will be an all-rain event. And I'm going to show you exactly why we're concerned about the freezing rain threat in the north versus the freezing rain threat in the south in just a moment. Here's who is under a winter weather advisory. You've got Carroll County, you've got Joe Davis County, you've also got Jackson County included in this, where we've got a winter weather advisory. So those are the areas that are likely going to pick up that little bit of a glaze of some ice. Fresh off of the pavement, this is from the Iowa Department of Transportation, and Illinois has a couple of these too, but it's easier to access the Iowa ones. These are the current pavement temperatures, and I want you to see the difference between what the pavement is doing here in the Quad Cities versus what the pavement is doing to the north of the Quad Cities, where we have this winter weather advisory. So our current pavement temperature is about 28 degrees in Davenport. That's along Interstate 80. The pavement temperature in Maquoketa, further to the north, is considerably colder, upper teens and low 20s. The thinking is we're not going to have enough time, even with temperatures getting above freezing this afternoon, to warm that Maquoketa temperature, the pavement that is, above freezing. And that creates a problem where you have this liquid rain falling from the sky, hitting a surface that is below freezing. That creates some slick road conditions, especially on bridges and overpasses in areas that haven't been treated by any salt or any liquid chemicals. Here in the Quad Cities, though, we are already in the upper 20s, and it won't be long before that pavement temperature jumps above freezing as we get into the afternoon. So that's why our freezing rain threat here is considerably lower. We have more time and more of an opportunity here in the Quad Cities to get that number up above freezing before the rain arrives later on this evening. So that's the setup for the freezing rain threat, again, north of the Quad Cities as we go into this evening. Let's go into Future Track, and I'll show you how all this works out hour by hour for the freezing rain potential this evening. So the afternoon is quiet. Once we reach about that 4 or 5 o'clock time frame this evening, you'll start to see some of those rain showers develop. And you can see there are quite a few of them starting to arrive from the northwest. Now, initially, yes, this could mix with some wet snowflakes up along Highway 20, but eventually it all becomes rain, and it stays rain again here, Quad Cities points to the south. But still, even 7 o'clock this evening, there will likely be a layer, the ground here, In this region where we're going to see temperatures below freezing, that pavement is still going to be cold, and that will allow some of that ice to accumulate, a little light glaze there. Now, this will come to an end about 8 o'clock or so. And what we'll be tracking for tomorrow morning, which requires yet another weather impact alert, is what you're seeing right there. These are a couple of what we call heavier snow showers or snow squalls, and there's a couple more right back up here. These have the potential to not only enhance the gusty winds coming in late tonight, but they also have the potential to drop a very quick half-inch amount of snow, reducing visibility during the morning commute tomorrow. That's these items that you're seeing right here, these snow showers at about 6 o'clock tomorrow morning. Those will enhance the wind gusts, potentially pushing them beyond 45 miles an hour. And if you get caught under one of these heavier snow showers, the visibility is going to quickly deteriorate. So you're talking slick roads, low visibility, and very strong winds for the morning commute tomorrow. That requires yet another weather impact alert. So now we've got 2 of them down. Now, once we get past that tomorrow morning, there's nothing else going on other than some gusty winds throughout the remainder of tomorrow afternoon. So let me give you the whole timeline of how everything's going to work down here or break down. And Alec, if you can drop the bug there in the corner. I apologize that the graphic is big, but I don't want to make this graphic any smaller because if I do that, it's going to be hard to read. So let's start off again with the first one coming in this evening. That is for the freezing rain as we go to the north of the Quad Cities. For the rest of us, it's just rain. As we go into later tonight, early tomorrow morning, thank you, Alec, for doing that. Early tomorrow morning, it's the strong wind gusts, again, that will potentially exceed 45 miles an hour, and then those snow showers that could become snow squalls. And by snow squall, I mean a very heavy band, quick-hitting band of snow that makes for messy roads and very low visibility through the morning commute tomorrow. Then we get rid of that weather impact alert. We just have some gusty winds for Wednesday afternoon. And throughout the afternoon, those winds will be decreasing. We're still going to see 30-plus mile-per-hour gusts, but the opportunity for 50-plus mile-per-hour gusts is limited to just the early morning hours. So lighter winds as we go into the afternoon. We're going to continue to see a break into Thursday morning, so nothing going on here, very quiet. But once we get to Thursday evening, through Thursday night into Friday morning, we're talking about another round of snow coming in. Now, this is not going to be heavy snow. Early estimates right now, perhaps 1 inch to 2 inches of snow. The problem is this is coming in right before the morning commute on Friday. So that means we're going to have some messy road conditions likely to deal with on Friday morning. So we have another weather impact alert in place for that potential. Then Friday afternoon, you guessed it, we're going to catch another little break. And then right on the heels of this storm system comes a more potent and a more stronger storm system for Saturday. That will bring snow starting as early as later Saturday morning, continuing through much of the afternoon and the evening. Yes, there is the potential that we could see several inches of snow. Imagine that, Saturday, snow again for that system on Saturday. So we have a weather impact alert in place for Saturday for the snow potential. Then that weather impact alert will continue Saturday night and throughout much of the day on Sunday because of this right here. Very low wind chill values are expected. How low are those wind chills going to go Saturday evening through much of Sunday? We're talking as cold as 20 to 30 degrees below zero. I have another model this morning, the European model, that is pushing wind chill values even colder than that. Let me show you what that looks like. So let's go to our wind chill tracker, and we're going to start this off with Friday night. So this is 10 o'clock Friday night, not too bad, not bad at all. A little uncomfortable, but not dangerous. It doesn't get dangerous until we get to Saturday afternoon and especially into Saturday evening and night. Watch how these numbers just crash. And this is especially going to be true if we can get at least a few inches of snow on the ground. That further enhances the cold. It makes the wind chills and the temperatures go lower. So that remains to be seen. But again, this is the potential of what we're talking about Saturday night into early Sunday morning. Look at some of those numbers. That is just awful. 30 to 34 degrees below zero. Look at this as we go to 8 o'clock Sunday morning. That's when a lot of us are getting ready to head to Sunday services. 32 below zero is what it's going to feel like here in the Quad Cities, potentially. 36 below in Clinton, 33 below in Galena. That is some really nasty stuff. That is frostbite, ladies and gentlemen, in 20 minutes or less if you are outside with exposed skin. So again, this is the scenario that will likely happen, especially if we get accumulating snow coming in here on Saturday. That amounts to more than just a few inches. It refrigerates the air even more, makes it even colder. It also amplifies the winds as well. Let me take you through our extended version of Future Track so you can see this visually, again, the snowmakers. So this is what's coming in this evening. It's rain here in the Quad Cities points south. The further north you go, it's a little bit of a freezing rain event. Then that transitions to snow showers tomorrow morning. Now let's fast forward to Thursday's system. It's another what we call clipper system that's going to be coming through. And there you see yet another band of snow developing Thursday night, lasting through Friday morning. There we go, 4 a.m. Friday. Once again, the snow is coming through. Then that moves off to the southeast, and we track yet another clipper system coming in on Saturday morning. And here we go with another band of snow that is going to hang out for much of the day on Saturday. And that band of snow could potentially be intense at times. Low visibility, several inches of snow possible. Again, too early to discuss amounts, but I can show you this early in the game where the heaviest snowfall totals are likely going to lay out. Now, this is the accumulated snow for today all the way through Sunday morning. So this is not just Saturday alone. But there you see the corridor of heaviest snow, which would be several inches of snow, lays out right on top of our region here. So that's why our cold is going to be further enhanced as we go into the weekend, and we're likely going to see those bitterly cold wind chills coming in as that system departs. It is going to be nasty. So our 8-day planner, or 8-day tracker, it's kind of messy right now. It's almost overwhelming to look at, I know. So that's why I'm breaking down all of this day by day so you can see what each individual impact is. You can see we've got the red bar tonight for the freezing rain, tomorrow morning for the wind and the snow squalls. We've got the red bar for Friday morning for that accumulating snow that's going to make roads slick. We've got the red bar for Saturday for more accumulating snow that's going to cause difficult travel. And then we've got the red bar for Sunday morning for those dangerously low wind chill values. So there's a lot of impactful weather to track for the remainder of this week. I know it's a lot to sort out, but I really hope that that little bit of information that I just gave you really kind of uncomplicates things and lets you see exactly what we're going to be doing here day by day. And that's how we're going to treat this. We're going to take this day by day. Each day, we're going to focus on that day's impacts. And yes, we'll continue to track what's going to follow that. But of course, we really want to focus on the near term. What's going to be the most impactful in the near term, the one that we have the most information about, the one that we have the most clarity about in terms of what those impacts are going to be. So, you know what your homework is going to be. It's going to be to stick with us throughout most of this week. Whether you're doing what you're doing now, you're tuning in on our extra bonus live content here on the A+ app and also on our social media pages, or you're just checking in on the newscasts from time to time. We will absolutely let you know how all of this is going to play out in the end. And certainly there will be some issues, and we're going to deal with those accordingly as they come in, and we'll get you through each one of these systems. But it has been a miraculous December. I really can't wait till we get to the end of this month, and I can do a deeper dive into not only the temperature data, but the snowfall data, because I got to say, this has by far likely been one of the most active and probably one of the most interesting Decembers in terms of these early bouts of Arctic air. Just imagine, again, if we were to get what comes in on Saturday and Sunday in mid to late January, how cold that air would be. It would be much, much colder than what you're seeing on your screen there. We would likely be talking about record cold. But it is coming in the middle of December. That does have its advantages in that it's a little bit weaker than what we would see in a January scenario. And it also doesn't stick around long. Notice it's just 2 days, 3 days tops. It's not a whole week of sub-zero temperatures. So I'm very thankful for that. I'm going to go through your questions really quickly here at the bottom of our chat. Again, I want to thank you for tuning in. Hopefully this helps break down what we're expecting for the remainder of the week. We've got our good friend Billy in the chat this morning. He's got a couple of questions for us. One, will the freezing rain reach Clinton? And two, should we salt our sidewalks before this hits? 3, are you concerned about a flash freeze? Thank you for your time and hope everyone has a wonderful day. So, question number 1, I do not believe the freezing rain is going to reach Clinton. I'm looking at pavement temperatures right near Clinton, and you guys are very similar to us here in the Quad Cities. You have pavement temperatures in the upper 20s. We actually have some sun ongoing too as we speak right now, which is also extremely helpful to the cause when it comes to warming up this pavement. I'm going to pull up the visible satellite and see how much more sun we have potentially left to go. It's not going to be a lot because what I'm seeing, and now that the sun is up, we're kind of putting this into motion, it's a little easier to see. There is a deck of clouds here just to our northwest that's going to continue to sink to the southeast. So that will take away that sun energy that we would normally get, and we're getting a little bit of it this morning. So that's why, again, I think our northern hometowns here, as that thicker cloud cover comes in, are going to have quite a hard time reaching those pavement temperatures above freezing as we go into this afternoon. So that answers that. Should we salt our sidewalks before it hits? I would say if you live north of the Quad Cities, yes. Don't bother salting them here in the Metro Quad Cities. Excuse me, I apologize. I probably just blew Alex's ear out. It's cold season. No worries, I'm sanitizing hands once I get done with this. But we are going to see definitely some rain here in the Quad Cities. It's going to wash away salt, so I wouldn't even bother with it here. And again, we're not expecting any ice here in the metro or areas to the south. But if you live north, I would put some ice melt down. Lastly, are we concerned about a flash freeze? That's a great question. Not concerned about a flash freeze. Why is that? I want to put Future Track back on the screen here. And I want to show you, one, this is ending at about 8 o'clock. And then we don't talk about that next round of that snow shower activity coming in until likely sometime after 3, 4 o'clock tomorrow morning. So you've got a big span of time to dry things out, and not to mention, the winds are going to be ramping up this evening. We're going to see gusts over 30 miles an hour for much of the evening and then 40 plus overnight. All that wind is going to dry things out, so I'm not concerned about a flash freeze as we go into tomorrow morning. But in any other scenario, I absolutely would be concerned, not concerned with that this time around. Michelle is wondering, do you think it might come down a little south and hit Sterling Rock Falls? I do not believe the ice threat is going to, just based on the pavement temperature, again, that I showed you just a few minutes ago. Huge difference here when you're talking about a 28-degree pavement temperature in Davenport, and then you go north, say up to Maquoketa, between Highway 20 and Highway 30, that's where you have much colder pavement temperatures. So again, I don't think we're going to see that threat migrate further south. I think this is going to be for our northernmost hometowns when it comes to that freezing rain threat. We have Chris and Kayla from Walnut. Will this weekend cold impact the ice or school cancellations on Monday? There will likely be a couple of school delays come Monday morning. We are expecting sub-zero temperatures. But the thing about Monday is we're also expecting lighter winds later Sunday going into early Monday. So I've got an overnight low and a Monday morning temperature of about 3 below. But the thinking is by then the winds are going to be much lighter and we're not going to see these wind chills of 20 to 30 degrees below zero. So right now, I am not expecting any impacts to anything going on Monday morning. If that changes, of course, we'll let you know if winds become a little bit stronger. But as of right now, that is not the plan for that to occur at this time. Great question. We have Wesley, what's the thoughts of a white Christmas this year? 100% guarantee it. Robin, what time is it supposed to snow on Thursday? Let's go right back to Future Track. So Thursday, this is going to be mainly an overnight event. Late Thursday night into early Friday morning. Let me pop up the other one. That's not the one I was looking for. Here we go. So this would be coming in, I would say right after the evening commute on Thursday. This is 6 o'clock. It's going to take a while, of course, for the atmosphere to saturate or moisten up to allow the snow to fall and reach the ground, but it will likely do that later Thursday evening. And then that snow will continue overnight Thursday, wrapping up just before the morning commute on Friday. So in terms of travel, this is a big Friday morning travel impact, not necessarily a Thursday evening. So this would be Thursday night, Friday morning travel impact for that particular system. Good morning, Tracy. What about Monmouth? Are we going to have ice? Definitely no ice in Monmouth. You guys will be way too warm for ice in Monmouth. Tyler's wondering how much snow is possible with each system coming through the Quad Cities. Again, this is the rough estimate of the snow for the whole week, including what's coming in Saturday. Right now, I'm going to give you a couple of ranges. So that snow coming in tomorrow with those snow squalls, half an inch at most. The snow coming in Thursday night, Friday morning, 1 to 2 inches. The snow coming in on Saturday, there's a good likelihood it's going to be 3+ inches. Again, it's going to take some time for that Saturday system to kind of work itself out, but right now early indications are we're in line for at least a few inches of snow as we start the weekend, and that will further enhance the cold, unfortunately, as we get into Sunday morning. With that, we are all caught up on questions. You guys are awesome. I know we're going to have more of these streaming episodes planned, of course, probably later on today and for sure over the next several days. So remind your friends, family members, if they have a smart TV, to get the News 8 app, or the 8 Plus app, excuse me. The News 8 app is for your phone. The 8 Plus app is for your smart TV. You can download that and watch for free like you're doing right now. More coverage, expanded coverage is available right here on the 8 Plus app compared to what we can do on air. So we'll let you know when we have more of these scheduled. Absolutely more to come throughout the week. We'll continue watching what these individual storm systems are going to do, but I do want our hometowns north of the Quad Cities this evening to be prepared for a little glaze of ice, and then all of us be prepared for some very strong winds tomorrow morning, followed by some snow squalls, more snow Thursday into Friday, and unfortunately more snow and some really nasty cold heading into the weekend. I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your Tuesday. Stay safe as this weather rolls through, and we'll continue tracking it right here.